Alright, so I'm going to get started on the silt pond for the animal hospital here today. I've gotten my 4 grade stakes for the inside of the pond, and I have to kind of curve it around to make it match the pipe that we put in under the construction entrance. And the utility crew is now done with the riser structure, so pretty much I have to dig all this out and just stockpile the dirt up against the wood line for now. So while I still have the new grading bucket on, I'm going to come down here and clean up all this loose dirt, and then I'll put on the digging bucket to dig the pond, and come back to the grading bucket and trim everything out. The dirt's a little too hard to be digging with a 66-inch smooth bucket. It's made for grading, so that's what we're going to do with it. I guess I'm just supposed to clean up the mess the utility guys left. I put it about right where the edge of my pond is, so I'm just going to take it and move it over here out of my way. I've got, even try to separate it. We got buckets with, well, I can't put buckets in there. Let's move the bucket out. So I put the bucket into perspective, a bucket next to a 5-gallon bucket, or 2 5-gallon buckets stuck together. Stabbed it a little too hard. Just gonna mix the rest of this in with the dirt I've got to clean up. Definitely making cleanup a lot easier and tidy. Oh, probably don't need that piece of curb. I need to make just a giant pile of dirt right there, I think. So what I'm going to do is get all this loose dirt cleaned up from what they dug out for the pond, and then I'm going to come in here and I have the plans in the truck, kind of lay out the pond, set up the laser, shoot some grades, and I know what the elevation of the bottom of the pond is, and the surveyor put all my elevations on these stakes on what to cut it down to. So I'll make sure that the grade that he has on those stakes match the elevation of what the pond's supposed to be, so that when I start cutting grade, I know that it's going to line up to what it needs to be. If not, well, then we just have a problem. Guy standing out in the street is RW. He is actually the AMI, thanks to the sales rep for the Eastern U.S. He come up to check it out. Wanted to get some videos and pictures of it working. I was like, well, come on. They just didn't tell me he wanted to see it before I got it all dirty. I played around with it first. But nothing like seeing attachment working, though. You can take all the pictures you want of it nice and new, but until it gets dirty, it don't matter how pretty it looks. So I was able to adjust the flow rates. Like I said, everything you saw on video the first day was pretty much straight, unedited when I got the bucket trying that out. So after I took all those videos, the salesman and I, we went through the you can go through the computer settings in the machine and select different attachments, one for the thumb and one for other attachments. So I selected a new one for the tilt bucket and changed the flow, set the flow, reduce the flow down so that it's a little slower and not quite so violent. It doesn't need 40 gallons a minute flow to tilt the bucket. So I was able to get everything adjusted down, and I might actually bump it down a little bit more just so it's a little smoother. But I'm also impatient. I don't want it to be a real slow bucket, so I like everything to move when I want it to move. Alright, I'm going to run over here and get the rest of this dirt and get it thrown over. there and pulled off my grade and went down 6.5 feet, and that puts it about, I don't know, 16 inches down inside that box, maybe 12 to 14. I didn't really check it, but it was down in there to about the seam. So come back to the plans, and of course there's no elevation for where the skimmer goes. I've got to put a skimmer, so I found the RS number 14, come back to the back, found the detail for it. One of the drawings I had showed the skimmer coming in 2 inches above the bottom of the pipe. Well, there's the concrete pipe going out to the road drain. It's set at around 321, and the pond surface to the top of that box is 325, which that's about a 4-foot tall box. And the grade that the bottom of the pond is 324, so that's only leaving 12 inches from bottom of pond to the top of the riser, and that doesn't really leave a whole lot of storage. So I'm not really sure what to do. I'm going to cut everything down to that 324 grade, because that's what everything shows right here, as it goes down from 332 to 324. So even right there at 330, that's a 6 feet of cut down to there. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to let the surveyor come back and tell me where to knock the hole in there for the skimmer. One detail shows it at the bottom, but I can't put the skimmer 3 feet below grade, so worst case it's just going to hold 12 inches of water till get that figured out. So I'm digging the pond to 324 is what it's going to be. I'm going to start digging the pond now. What the hell was that? I guess a rock. Oh God. Well, I already hit rock on the first scoop. Go figure. So, that caught me off guard. So I'm going to dig the pond now, or at least try to. Pretty much now, it is all on me to get the pond to match the drawing with the 4 rectangular stakes I have. I got the digging bucket back on. I'm going to come in here and just kind of hog out everything down to grade, because obviously the ground's hard because there's rock, and a cleanup bucket is not the bucket of choice for heavy dirt work. Come in here and rough everything out, and then put that bucket on to clean up everything. Alright, that's my outer edge of the pond. So I'll be cutting down to about right there-ish. Get back into that rock at. I don't know if I'll be able to dig it with this or not. Might have to hammer it out. I do have the stumper over there I'll try. But I need to, I don't know, I doubt that's made for digging rock, but if it'll rip through it, I'll just use it and sacrifice wearing it down a little bit to get through it. Use that basin as a reference for right now and get it cut down to the top of it, and then I can trim everything out with that grading bucket. That's going to be a problem. A big problem. back over that way because that's where it's going to be loaded out at. This stumper or not, but I'm going to try it as a ripper. See if just by chance it'll do anything with this rock. It looks like it's going to tear it up too much. I'm just going to stop, but I only got to go down about 2 feet right here. Well, that's a positive sign. That's a boulder. That is a heavy boulder. Well, that one's out. So this is another boulder. Let's see if I can get it pried around. Probably a glacial boulder. I doubt it's going to come out. Pretty sure we're going to have to get a tap happy for this one. Break it out. I can't believe I got that big ass boulder out. This one ain't gonna come out though, I can go ahead and tell you. I don't even see it wiggling. I think I'm gonna break one of the tines off this thing. I think it's pretty well in the ground. Something if I've got that bad boy rolled out though. Dang, you think it's I don't know how deep it is in the ground. I think I'd be able to see. I think it's attached over here. Yeah, that's what it is. Let's say if that was just a boulder in itself, I could roll that. That's not gonna come out. Heck on it. Probably the only rock in the pond too. Now all that's rock, there's no doubt about that. You can see it on the surface. Oh, but I was hoping to be able to at least get this pond in. That's gonna look like a no-go. Not gonna do anything there at all. Wouldn't that be something that thing just flopped right out? Come on. Maybe if I hit the power button. Power mode! Don't break and fling a big ass rock through the windshield. breaks everything off trying to dig up a rock. Alright, back to digging. Well, let's see if there's a rock right here. Nope. Nothing. Alright, put the bucket back. Quick update on the pond. Hit a lot of rock. So I take T-posts and I hammer them down with the machine when I mark the stakes. That way I can cut it down and just kind of, that way I don't lose tracks of the corner. But evidently I hit a rock with that one. So pretty much the bottom, all this is just real rough graded. Getting the majority of the dirt cut out, and I'll put the grading bucket on. But that's pretty close to grade down there. Started hitting rock, ran into a big boulder, dug that big boulder out. But I've got a massive one right there I can't do anything with. And then this whole edge right here is nothing but rock as well. So I'm gonna keep continuing on back that way and try to get majority of the dirt out. I got to lay that dirt back, then I'll come in here with the grading bucket and start cutting these slopes in and just get it cut back to the rock. And we'll have to get that hammered out, or somebody come in here and hammer it out for us. Whatever works best. So I'm gonna go back and dig a little more. So this thing is actually breaking up some of this sandstone that I've got. Made for what I'm using it for, but if it works, it works. I'm trying to get as much of this pond dug as I can. So if the rock's soft enough, I've already tried that big one over there, but if I can break out these little pieces and get the majority of the pond dug, that's what I'm going to focus on doing. Pretty sure I broke off all the loose rock that was around it, and the rest is solid. Kind of like this. Look at there, got it. Found a seam. Isn't that funny how I was about to give up? And then I made it work. fixed it. Okay, no more ripping rock with this. This is not made for it. I think I just mentioned that. Mark. So I've got all the bulk dirt dug out and piled up there. I've just got dirt thrown everywhere that I could that would be out of the pond site pretty much. And now I've put the grading bucket back on, and I am coming down here and cutting the bottom to grade. Obviously I can't do nothing with that massive boulder right there, but I'm going to try to get everything graded out within what I can do. So I'm going to start right here and work my way on back. Alright, so I'm working on getting this pond graded out, getting the slopes cut in, and pretty much everything cleaned up. Bucket is working great. Just being able to cut these slopes in and clean everything up is being a huge time saver. I'm trying to get the bottom done, then I can come up there and do that side. That's just going to have to stay there for now because it's solid bedrock. But before the pond will pass inspection, that's got to come out though, because it's not going to hold the volume that it needs. Actually the right grade for the bottom. I have no benchmarks to go off of other than the corner stakes, and I'm just cutting off what it says to cut off. So I have a feeling that this is going to have to be cut down some more. Either there's another riser that's supposed to go on there. I think that's what's the deal, is there's another riser that's supposed to be on that box and it's not on there. It makes absolutely no sense this thing to be so far in the ground and only have a 12-inch little riser. That's a rock. Is that going to come out? No, on it. It's probably a huge rock. Well, that one might just have to stay in the edge of the pond. Sit here and rip my cutting edge off trying to dig rock with a grading bucket. I think I can drive down off the edge, clean that little section right there out. So I'm starting to get the hang of this bucket pretty good. Getting everything leveled up. I can reach in here from this side and clean that out. Some more rock right there. It's a little rough there. I can't cut through it. But as far as grading the bottom, it's doing a pretty good job, I think. So I'm gonna continue on out. I just actually pulled off that stake right there to make sure my grades were still good, and I was all within about 1/2 of an inch, so that's more than close enough for a bottom of a pond. It's going to silt in anyways, so good to go. Move a little more dirt. So I've got most of the pond dug. I'm going to leave that dammed up because that's got some water in it. But this kind of show you what I do with the T-post. Here is the corner of the pond, and that's a 5-foot T-post, and I've actually just pushed it down with the excavator, so when I cut out around it, you know, that T-post is all the way down to here. That way I don't lose track of that corner, and as I dig out around it, I can keep pushing it down, and that's how I transfer my stakes down about 5 feet, because I really don't have anything to pull off of for offsets. So bottom's done. The project manager is actually coming by here I want him to lay eyes on it just to make sure that this is everything they got set up here with the utility work is actually where it needs to be. And then we're going to discuss what to do with the rock. So while I'm waiting on him, I'm going to actually lay this dirt back a little bit more so that I can cut this slope in right here. Well, I made pretty good progress today. I'll come back tomorrow and finish cleaning up that edge and throw that dirt back and stockpile it a little bit better, but you can definitely tell how much dirt come out of this one little hole. It adds up when you start stockpiling it. So pretty much everything was good to go. As far as grades, evidently the utility guy has got to put another riser on that, and he's got to core drill the hole for the skimmer, because I cannot knock a hole in a 6-inch thick solid box. I thought it was a waffle box, but once I dug beside it, it's not. So they'll have to core drill that, and somebody's going to have to figure out the elevation on that. And our next step is to get this rock out.